All right. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How nice to see you all here this evening. I'm Stacy with Masterpiece Jewelers in Daytona Beach, Florida, and I am joined by my sister, Tracy.
Hi, good to see you all tonight.
And Tracy is also an award-winning custom jewelry designer, and she's the reason we're actually on this weekly show tonight. She will be designing a piece of jewelry from scratch while we all watch, and she will also allow us to make suggestions and as to whether we would like to see it in different metals with different gemstones, shapes of stones, and she'll make those changes right as we watch. It's quite amazing. So I'm so glad that you're joining us here for this.
I'm seeing all the people coming in, seeing the people's names.
Oh, yes, I see. Yes, thank you so much. We just love you all joining us. Lisa's here.
Diane was in today.
She was wonderful. And I know she won one of our gifts from our special edition show.
She did.
Last night.
I think Lisa Rigioni also won, and I think Terry Rinko won too.
She did? Look at this. This is amazing.
And Rick was in, Rick and Cindy.
And what about Juliet?
Juliet was not in, but I'm laughing because Rick says Stacy did not get the wear red memo. And she doesn't even know why.
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do because I was looking at the security cameras today.
Okay.
And I knew you had red on, so I wasn't paying attention to who anyone else was. And I'm like, why is Tracy sitting back there at the sheriff's drive? And it was Gail who had red on. So,
that's so funny.
So I did not get the red memo. Maybe while there's a break, I'll run in and see if I have anything on hand here. There's always red to be had in our, even if it's just like a not matching jacket. Anyway, so I'm so happy to see so many of you here tonight. And so right off the bat, we know that Tracy's going to be giving away a sterling silver necklace tonight. So let's take a look at that and tell you how you can register to win. So many of you probably saw this on Facebook today. It is a rhodolite garnet pendant. I love this, by the way, Trey. It has a station necklace on it.
It's perfect. I'm like, that should be in the showcases.
That's right.
But I bought it for the show.
So you bought it as a prize for one of our friends here. So now how to enter. You're going to share this live event to your Facebook feed, and that will give you one entry into the show. Now, into the drawing. Now, if you'd like to increase your odds, you can tag your Facebook friends in the comments section, and you'll get one entry for each friend you tag, up to 10 additional entries. And we will, as always, give away this prize before the end of the show. And this show is about an hour long, just FYI. And speaking of red, we are having our Valentine's Day special going on right now through Tuesday, February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. With your in-store jewelry purchase, you will get a gift bag just full of wonderful Valentine's items, including a cuddly stuffed animal free, a heart-shaped box of chocolates free, and even Valentine's greeting cards for you to choose from, and gift wrapping, all free with your jewelry purchase. And 25% off right now and through, again, Tuesday, February 14th. All right, and excuse me.
That sale is also on our online
store
too.
Let me go back to that. Yes, and you can go to tracyandstacy.com. Thank you, Trey, for saying that. And with our online boutique there, put in the promo code HAPPY23 and get 25% off of your entire purchase. So at checkout, you will put in HAPPY23, all one word. Okay, and I wanted to also mention to you all that we are once again having our friend, the wonderful Clay Zava, in for his amazing gemstone experience. This is like a dinner party, but with gemstones. And it is just amazing. We have 2 different time slots, either afternoon or evening. But what's really important is knowing that attendance is very limited. In both of the times right now, we are more than half full, and you must register to attend. During this amazing 3-hour experience, you will handle over 50 different gemstones and talk to Clay himself. He has cut every single one of the gemstones that you will see. It is a magical and memorable experience. So we want to make sure that you call or text us to get on the list. All right, Trey.
Okay.
Going back to us. Are you ready?
I am. Let's go.
All right.
Okay, I'm starting out with a before picture. So this is not something that we've done in the store. It's something I picked off the internet.
Okay.
And I thought this is a lot like what people do bring into us that they've inherited or they had for a long time and they wanted something different. So this is starting out as the before picture. And now we're going to go ahead and design with the diamonds that are in this.
Oh, so that person has a lot of marquee diamonds?
Yes, and around. Yep, let me go back and show you. Yes, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 10 marquees and 1 round.
Okay, wonderful. Okay.
So here we go. I always like to do ones where this is what we do in the store a lot. Yeah. So I always like this a lot. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in and get our center setting. And I thought something kind of solid would be nice. We could do a bezel set, but I thought it might be nice to do this particular one here. It's both a prong and a bezel set. We can look at these from the side too, so you can see the different designs. This one next to it is quite pretty. I like the diamonds on the side. Let's look down from the top again.
Okay. It's amazing the difference that the prongs make in the look of the ring.
It is. It really sets the tone.
Yes, it does.
Let me go ahead and pull these down. They don't need to be that big. And let's bring in a ring rail that we're going to start with so we know where everything's going to go. And we're going to make the ring size an 8, which fits a lot of the ladies that come in our store.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just put the stone, as you can see right now, if we put this on her finger, because we have a way to show you what it looks like on a finger, right there.
It's such a weird.
I know.
Weird.
Oops, no, I wanted to remove you. Remove. There we go.
Okay.
It would be in the center of her finger. So we need to get that. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Go back. We have to hit what we want, which is the setting. And we're going to take that up to the top of the ring. So if we had a ring here right now, this would be where it is. So we've got everything lined up. I've done that for 2 different reasons. First, we don't need it for this first reason, but I wanted to get the setting in the right place. Excuse me, I'm going to get a sip of water.
Sure, go right ahead. And I love how this particular head, which is what we call the part that the diamond sits in, it looks like a crown.
It does.
I love it.
Okay, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to pick out this particular shank right here. I love the design on it. And you're like, why?
What a shank is?
A shank is the piece of metal that goes around your finger that you will put all the stones onto. And that's why we're picking this particular one. This by itself would be quite pretty.
Oh, yes,
if you didn't want to use the marquees even. It's very pretty. And the neat thing about these different shanks that have these designs in them, and I'm working on a wedding band right now for a woman to give her soon-to-be husband. She's designing it, and she's putting different emblems and things, symbols, right down the shank, right down the center of the shank. And so we're working with one similar to this, but here is the design. And if we want, we can also click a slightly different design.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, but it's just a little bit different. Or we can do a completely different look. Almost looks like a link of a certain type of chain.
Yes. Or it looks like a lark's head knot,
Yes.
too.
Yes, it does. If you look at it that way, it looks like a lark's head. Another neat thing about these pattern designs is we can have, we can change the difference on how much it repeats on itself. So we can have it disappear. No, we can have it tighter. You know, it's a tighter pattern, or we can go the opposite direction and have it looser. And it gives you a whole different look, whichever way you go. It also has the width, so it can fill the width to a certain amount. So let's change the width of that pattern in there. Let's see what this one does. We're going to move it all the way up. And see, it tightened it up. And then there also is, pattern dome amount.
Can you get it so it's a little closer together so we can see the changes? Like a little more tightly knit. There we go. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
Oh, look at all these different ones. I didn't know there were all these patterns. Look at that.
And look at the next ones are coming up. Now, of course, that is stretched out, but that's a Celtic design.
It is. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Cute.
Oh, that is neat.
See, no, I didn't even see that earlier.
Well, because you were working, specifically with something that the client wanted.
So that is so neat. And we can also have it domed up more. So see the height it is here. Let's see what we can do. It should make it, it made it taller. It gave it a little bump in the center.
Like a rounded.
Oh,
or domed.
Yeah, domed. How cute is that?
I love that.
I love that too.
That is really neat. And this program, we probably will not even ever touch like a tenth of what this program can
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm using a design like this, but not this particular one. So a shank like this, but not this particular one. But what we are going to do here, and not all of them do this, but I found that this one did, and I love this design that's in there right now. I'm loving that. You could almost put the marquees like right in the center there, would be cute, but that wasn't my plan right now. So I'm going to take the pattern off, and now we have a rail to fill in as we want.
And I also want to mention the lady who you are doing this ring for, she doesn't live in our area.
That's right.
So she is a Zoom call appointment. And we have done custom designed jewelry using Zoom with people that have never stepped foot in our store before. So just for those of you who are outside of our area, that is a thing.
It is. It is. Okay. So now I'm going to put the marquees onto this shank. And I think it's going to be a kind of a cute way it's going to be designed on here. Or I wouldn't do it.
That's right. That's right.
So it's nice. It's going to fit just perfectly. Bring it on over, and then we'll turn it. Oh, it's way up in the air. It's not where it's supposed to be.
So often.
Where are you? Oh my goodness. Let's put it back where it belongs. Come on. There we go. Okay. I have no idea what I was pushing, but I certainly was pushing the wrong thing. There we go. Bring it on over. There we are. Now we are more in the area. Sometimes it's hard to get it so you can see exactly what you're doing. I'm setting it down in here now. Get a little closer. We can see that that's not at a good angle. Let's angle it properly. Push it on over a bit so we don't have a big gap there. Good. And now we're going to do polar array with it. And polar array is really neat because instead of having to move these diamonds individually and place them, we are going to be able to tell the program that we would like it to go around this corner with a certain amount of diamonds. So that's what we're doing right now. This is the polar array button. And right now, if we were to use this, you can see it's going around in a different way, more like a halo.
Yes.
But we don't use that very often. We're going to click this and it should give us what we're looking for. So right now it is telling us it wants to go around the circle. Let's pull this up for a minute. We want to get all these parts because we want to take this spot and we want to angle it so it doesn't go all the way around. We just want the diamonds to be up at the top. And actually right now there are 5, so we don't even have to move those. That they're hitting too close together. As you can see, they're overlapping and the diamonds would break if you did that. So we need to angle it out a little more to hold those 5 stones. I think I'll try moving it in just a little bit. There we go. They're not overlapping, I don't believe. No, so that's just perfect. And they would be set into the channel of this ring. So it works out really nicely having that channel on each edge. I'm going to go ahead and turn this ring into yellow because sometimes it's easier even to see the diamonds against the yellow. I think that will make it easier to see and view. And now you're saying to yourself, they're only on one side. Well, you're right.
I mean, that's a stylish choice.
That is really, that's very stylish. I really don't have a problem with that. But our client has 10 of them. So
that's right.
We're going to click back in here and we're going to take the polar array off before it gets out of control on us.
Like
Whoops.
you did just a second.
Okay, go back in, get everybody where they're supposed to go. Sorry about that. I'm going to instead click this box. There we go. And we'll get it back to normal. Okay, taking these diamonds, we want to put them onto the other side of the ring. So we're just going to hit the button up here. And now we have it on both sides of the ring. So now you have a whole different look. I'm going to render this and then I'm going to show you both rings together. And render means we are going to just turn this ring into a more metally looking image.
More realistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more realistic. There you go, right there.
I love it, Trey. And after this, although no one has said it, I think you should save.
That is a good idea. And I have to thank all of you for tuning in tonight. I know we said it earlier, but we certainly do appreciate it.
We sure do.
So I'm putting this ring over a little. I don't think I can get the other one up here at the same time. I'm not that clever, but I can bring this up to show you that is what we started with. And this is where we ended up. A whole different look. That's where we started. It looks older.
Yes, an older style.
Yes, exactly. And now this is a more modern, up-to-date style, especially with the yellow gold. This is really a hot commodity right now.
It's
the
quite
yellow.
Striking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I wanted to get a photo of that, so let me do that one more time. Okay. There it goes. It should be a quick since it's already done it once. And I just want to save that image real quick. The next thing I thought we would do is see some other ideas for this particular set of stones, what it could be used for. And somebody is saying they'd like to see it in rose gold. Well, of course, let me do that real quick. So that is what it's like in rose gold. And what's neat about this is if you wanted to have the center diamond set in white, we could easily do that. So let's come down here and change to an opposite color for that center. And you have a whole neat look there.
Excuse me. That looks lovely.
And on the hand, There we go. Now that's much better. So, it's a
Oh, look at that.
much wider ring than what was there before, the band. And it just can almost act like both a wedding band and engagement combination.
And this is using the same size stones as were in that ring Tracy first showed us. That was more like a cluster ring. And so same size stones, but when they're arranged in a different way, they look so much more impressive, Trey.
They do. So let me go ahead and take oh, somebody said save. I think that was Stacy. So let me save that real quick.
It was echoed by Melinda.
Great. Thank you, Melinda. I'm going to take these diamonds off. We're going to kind of start over again. So we'll take those off. We will take this shank off. It's funny. We'll probably take everything off. Okay. Well, we can keep the setting that's at the top right now. And let's go ahead and bring in the diamonds, but we'll bring them in a setting. And I think let's go ahead and kind of mimic it with like a more closed off look.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be the bezel set. And this is what we're going to put the marquise in. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the marquee. And we know it's much smaller than that.
Right. Because we saw it in its original design.
Exactly. And let's go ahead and turn it. Because we had it going up and down before. Now let's have it turn to the side like an east-west and bring that little guy up to the top. And bring it on over. Yes, that's looking good. And I know you can't see much because it has so many markings on it, but we do have a few of these. We have 10. And so let's see. Let me get this ring into that position. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and polar array again. Okay. One last thing. I'm going to back up here for a minute. Okay. And instead of polar array, I am going to lose my place. I'm going to move it over to the other side. I'm on the wrong side. I'm not going to be able to figure out what I'm doing if I'm on the wrong side. So let me go ahead and put this on the correct side here.
You're the designer. You decide.
Thank you. And let's go ahead and polar array it again. If it goes to the other side, won't we all laugh? Oh, no. Thank goodness. Okay. And there's 5 on it right now. So it's actually, let's take a look and see how those are lined up. They're lined up really well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nicely.
I think I didn't even have to do anything with it. I'm going to go ahead and take that polar array off. And we're going to go ahead and put those onto the other side. Boy, this is easier than I thought.
Yes, that is quite easy to do.
And so you could buy extras to put down here, or we can go ahead and just put a shank on there.
She's thinking.
I am. You can probably smell it.
She's trying to decide which way she wants to go.
So just give me a minute here. I don't know. Since it didn't come in yet, let's try this one here. I think this can be a shank. Let's see what it looks like when it comes in. Oh, everything is kind of gone down below. That's not good.
They're letting you click on them, but you can't see what you're clicking on.
No.
It will catch up.
We can only hope.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll save one more time. Oh, it's flipping. It was doing this earlier today.
What happened?
It was just having some issues
Oh.
earlier today.
I know you always, start it up fresh before we start the design.
I do. Yeah, it was completely started fresh. I don't know what this one will do. I think it's wire. What was the one before it? It's wire too. It's all wire.
It's all wire.
It's all wire. Well, let's try this wire, see what happens.
And sometimes this is a good example, excuse me, that Tracy might use something that just aesthetically looks okay, and then later will put the correct item in there. So during your appointment, she might be like, well, whatever I can get in there to look like a nice shank, and then I'll go back and put the correct piece in later. I don't even see it right now.
Yeah, things
Do you
are.
need to reboot?
I might need to. Yeah, things are not here.
Things are not here.
Things are
That's
not.
never
It's
good.
empty. It's empty down here.
It is.
This is where it should be over here.
You cannot
So
work
yes.
with it
So if
like
you don't
that.
mind, I'm gonna go ahead and close this particular program down.
All right, and I will go over and tell folks about what we are going to do next Wednesday. So every Wednesday at 7:00, we have a live online fine jewelry sale. And next Wednesday, we will be giving away a $500 diamond and gold stacking ring. Someone will win that next Wednesday. So please join us. We'll also have amazing jewelry for you to look at, all of which will be on sale. So I hope you will join us next Wednesday at 7 p.m. And a reminder that we buy and trade jewelry at our store. If you have unwanted jewelry that you would like to either sell or trade, just call and make an appointment. We will set aside time just for you. And this is especially important because many times folks will trade for their custom jewelry designs that they are getting done. And that way you take whatever gold you have left over and apply it toward your custom jewelry design. So you can learn more at our website at tracyandstacy.com and click on the gold buying tab. All right, Trey.
Okay, so
Here
we're
we
gonna,
come.
since we had to start anyways.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, it got to the parts. Since we were having to start from scratch, like I went back to what was saved and I was gonna have to take it all off. We might as well just start from scratch
That's
again.
right.
Okay, here goes.
Let's have fun doing that.
Okay, so we can get it. Why don't we get a different setting for the
That
middle?
sounds fun.
Okay, let's take this one here. It's the one that had the little diamonds.
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah, and so we'll go ahead and we will put our ring rail up there. And this is when it's really important, when we're really building on the ring rail and we're not having a shank to start with. So we're moving this up to the top edge of our rail. In fact, what I'd like to do is make it a size 8 again. I just think it's fun to do something in a size that is a little larger than what I usually work with here, but is more actually the average size of Floridians. Wouldn't you say that, Stace?
Yes, I would. It probably, I hate to say this lest I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's probably the humidity.
Well, no, people say that all the time in the
Yes.
store, so I think you're right. So I'm turning this back into a bezel set marquee, and let's get that back down to the size that we need. There we go. And let's turn it. Oops.
Boy, it's hard to see what's going on there. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and let's bring that up to the top. And we're going to put it on what I would consider the right side. And let's get that in position. We want it snugged right up next to that center setting. And now let's go ahead and polar array this. Going the wrong way, but makes an interesting look, really.
Yeah.
Okay,
There
we've
we
got
go.
our 5, which is what we have to work with. And we are going to turn the polar array part off before we suddenly have them all over. I have them in a different angle, and we're going to move that to the other side. Okay, seems like
Okay.
we've been here before.
That's right. This is where we were at when we rebooted. So continue on.
Okay.
And I love those diamonds in the
Oh, here.
mounting.
Isn't that adorable?
They are adorable.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and add the shank. Fingers crossed. I don't know which one. I think I'm going to use this one.
It looks the most like a shank.
Mm-hmm. Let's see where it ends up. Oh, it is.
Interesting.
Okay, now, so it is covering up the diamonds at this particular moment. And it is a shank, which is great. I thought it was. We need to make the size different. Okay, top profile position. Always interesting here.
There's so many choices.
Maybe the diameter. I think that's where we want to start. Let's try here. Oh, no,
Oh,
that isn't it. That wasn't it. Length is what I'm really looking for. Well, let's try this. You know, all we can do is try. That was it.
there we go. Yeah. Yes.
And we're seeing it coming down further and further into the back where we want it just to be at the very end of this particular ring, or bottom, I should say.
So right at the end of that little last little diamond.
Yes. Okay. Now, it needs to be thinner. And as you can see, what's interesting, I was trying to get just a piece of metal, but this particular one now has gotten fat at the ends. I have no idea why.
It is substantial.
Top thickness. Well, let's see what this does. It did something.
Yes, it did.
Yes.
All right.
Well, all I have to do is tell the company what I want, which is great. We're almost there,
Although
really.
I was right, exactly. And many of you have heard me say this before. When you come in to have your appointment with Tracy in the store or on a Zoom call, she will design whatever you are looking for. It's a fun process. And then after you leave, that's when the real work begins, because Tracy has to go over every part of the design, make sure that the metal is touching and that the stones are at the right depth, all kinds of different parameters to make sure that it is going to be perfect when it is created. And so that can take anywhere from 3 hours up to 3 days in some cases. Depends on how intricate the piece is.
Okay, we've got it. It's looking good now. It's looking like it's part of the whole ring. It's
Yes.
exactly what I was hoping to have. Okay, so that is a whole different look. Let's go ahead and we can keep it in the white, but let's render this little guy.
I would like that too. I'd love to see it.
And you can see how quickly we can design the ring with you, how we can start with one idea and go and pivot into other ideas.
Mhm.
So as long as you ever want to redesign a ring, you just come in. If you don't even have a single idea in your mind, it will be amazing how we will be able to help you figure out what you really do like by just looking at different designs, looking at different images as we go along, and suddenly we have exactly what you didn't know you really wanted. Wouldn't you say that's how it
Yes,
works? Mhm.
Tracy has an incredible gift for knowing what you want.
And you do too.
Thank you. I
Mhm.
appreciate you saying that. But we've talked about how it's just an amazing thing that I don't think can be taught. It's you just either have it or you don't, and you
So,
do.
so there it is on the hand. Thank you. There it is on the hand, and that's
Oh.
just a much sleeker looking ring than the
Gorgeous.
last one.
And can we go back to the original ring that the client brought in to have?
Oh, please. Yes, let's do that.
Because that is just so shocking.
And I'll have both these rings that we designed up on Facebook tomorrow, so you can see the difference between the two, the yellow one that we designed here and the white one we designed earlier. So there is the ring the client would have possibly brought in, since we're just using a design I found on the internet. And this is one of the new designs that we have made for it.
And just using the client's existing stones.
Yes, I really love the sleekness of this particular one. Of course, I like the other one too, but this really is a pretty design.
And Cindy says, save soon.
Oh, thank you, Cindy. You know that is right. Oh, that's interesting. I have changed the bezel settings into rose, and the shank in the back stayed white.
Yeah, love it.
And the top is white. So it's really fun. I'm really enjoying this.
That it's really, when you have like no specific parameters, it's fun to design exactly what you want.
That's very true. That's very true.
And Margarita, it's like you read her mind, because she said, let's see that in rose gold.
Yes, rose is a fun color. I'm going to change the whole thing rose in just a second.
And Tracy and I have been jewelers almost 30 years. And there were at least 2 other times in the jewelry industry in those last 30 years that they tried to launch rose gold, and it just didn't take. I'm so pleased that this time it
I
is.
know, that's what I thought. I thought it's turning into one of the stones, one of the colors that people are gonna, I think, always go to.
Correct. Like, just to have a third selection there. And Lisa says, and so does Terry, East-West diamonds. So maybe they're wanting to see the, can you turn those diamonds so that they are going north-south instead of east-west? In theory, they're east-west now. So I think the marquise, would you be able to?
Absolutely. I wanted to show you this too. This is something that I have a client working with right now, which is the green gold.
Which is fantastic.
Yes.
Green gold is gorgeous.
It is. And it's going to be a man's band. And I just think it's amazing, that green color. I
do too.
Just for something completely different, something we're not used to. And I really think I'm going to enjoy this piece we're making.
Yes, I'm excited to see that piece too, Trey.
Okay, so yes, let's go to this area and let's turn on our little arrows and
see if we can pivot those 45 degrees.
Well,
look at how easy
actually,
that happens.
Look at that. If you scrunch them together, you could have them at that
diagonal
angle.
Is even better. Well, they both have their own, of course, places, but that is an unexpectedly beautiful look.
It is. So we would just either put a little piece of gold in between here, or
a little diamond in between there.
So this is a craziness, but let's see. I don't know. It might take over. Oh, no, it's not bad.
It did not. I just love how that looks, Greg. That is so cool.
That is a really neat look.
And I love how they're, the rose gold is embedded into the white gold or the platinum.
Yes.
All right, here we go. We're going to see it rendered so that it looks more like the real thing. Now, it's a good time if you all have any other suggestions on what you would like to see Tracy do. Now is a good time to put it in the comments section.
And we can go, because I know that was actually not the complete turn that everybody was wanting. So let's go one more. There we go.
Oh, that's so neat.
It's definitely a whole different look.
And it's amazing, just turning them that little bit of a degree has made such a big difference.
It's a very unique ring at this point.
Yes.
I mean, it would take definitely, when I say that, it's mainly because the stones are spaced so far apart. I like it. I think it's a really neat look, but not everyone is going to want their stones separated that much, but it gives a whole different look to it.
It really does.
So I like that. So that was a good suggestion to turn those.
It's veering onto like a piece of wearable art at this point.
I agree. I'm going to mention it. I mention it in almost every show.
Oh boy, look out, folks.
Emily in Paris.
Yes.
If you haven't watched it, and the reason I say that is because I've mentioned it so much. If you watch me, it's very delightful. And the unique pieces of jewelry they're wearing and the unique clothing, it's just very fun to watch.
And they're doing a lot of accessorizing with lots and lots of jewelry.
They are.
And I love jewelry, so just keep putting it on.
I agree.
And making it stylish. Oh, look how that looks now with them all tucked together.
Yes. And looking at it here, I'd probably move these up a little closer just to let you know. I think that's a little too far away. One good thing about it, you can see, the main stone, and then you can see all the diamonds really well. But I think most people would want that tucked up there a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can do that. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
there we go. I didn't know if I'd have time, but that was much easier than I thought. Oh, no. Don't do any more polarizing. So, yes, that's a whole different animal right there. And that's how I would present that particular design.
Now, Brandy Rose says, I don't know if you'll be able to do this in this time period, Trey, but I like the idea very much. Baguettes in between the marquee.
Oh, I don't think I'm going to have time to do that. Or do I? Do I have time? I'm going to leave that to Stacy to tell me if I'm going to have time.
Trey, you are the one who knows how long that will take you.
I don't know.
Why don't we just go for it? And then if we run out of time, then
you're right.
So be it.
Okay, so there we go. We've got to leave a little room. And you can see this one would need a little adjusting down here, but we just ignore that for this time period. And let's go ahead and turn the polar array off, because boy, it can get out of hand really quickly. Stacy knows that. That's why she's over there laughing. So let's just bring a stone in that would be a baguette. Well, I guess we could actually. Okay, I'm going to.
Completely up to you.
Yeah. So let's bring a baguette in. Let's see what comes in baguettes.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Right there.
Love it.
That's the same exact one I'm using.
Mm-hmm. Amazing that it comes in a baguette shape.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
There it is right there. And that's a big baguette.
That is a brick.
That's a big baguette.
That is a brick baguette.
Oh, all the stones are gone. It's pretty as it is there.
Oh, please.
There we go. Let's go ahead and go a little smaller. And let's turn it 90 degrees. Bring it on
that's
up to the top.
interesting. That is not the way I was thinking.
Oh,
they would
that's
go in there.
interesting.
So, but continue. It just shows that there's just endless choices. Oh, and Michelle says baguettes could be horizontal or parallel. So she was thinking both things. Oh, tuck that in there. Oh, look at that, Trey. Oh, Michelle, I knew exactly what you were saying. Interesting, they're getting like thinner. The mounting's getting thinner as you go along.
Yeah, it's gotten fatter down. The mounting at the bottom is fatter. So,
and that's something that maybe you cannot overcome in 10 minutes or whatever.
I think that's probably true.
And then
I could bring that up like that.
Yes, you could. You sure could. Lynn Dewhurst is joining us, and she says, I love it with the flat stones in the middle.
Oh, hi, Lynn.
That's great.
There we go. So some are a little higher than we would have, but it helped me bring the other one up. And that's probably the same with this. I could probably bring that guy up a little bit. There we go. At the bottom. Okay, well, there we go. Yeah, I like that. Let me take this off.
Baguettes. What a good idea.
We can put everything in rows if we want.
We can. We surely can.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Talk about a luxurious ring to own. Oh, can you imagine?
Rose gold.
Very nice. I'm going to take a little image of this angle and see what it looks like. Oh, so pretty. That was a very nice suggestion.
Good job, Brandy. And Brandy says, love it.
Fantastic. So you can see how you can take that one ring we started with and just turn it into something amazing. Having the diamonds and things to start with is such a luxury. So that's where we took this ring. Let's go ahead and pull this one up. There it was. And it was, I'm sure, a beautiful ring in its time.
Yes.
But there's where it ended up. Nice.
And this is
totally modernized it.
Yes. Love how that looks. Can you put it on a hand tray?
We were thinking the same.
We were.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Give me this ring. I want this ring.
Send it to the.
Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't put it on the other side.
Oh.
It's only on one side. There we go. Side to side.
Oof. We almost had an asymmetrical ring.
This is just so much fun.
It is.
It's so much fun.
Piece.
Yes, I would love to do this one, and maybe this will end up on the wall at the store.
That's right. That could happen.
If you came to our store, you would see a lot of the designs are up on the walls now, based on my friend who is a professional store designer or home designer, and she suggested we put the designs from these shows up on the walls, and it really makes a nice sleek look.
It does.
It gives people ideas.
Yes, right. It gives them a jumping off point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I better stop at that, Stace.
And Judy says delicate and beautiful.
It is a very delicate look.
So that is okay. So you said that's right. That becomes that's my call to look at that. I got mesmerized.
Look at my new ring. It's so pretty.
Yay,
it was a conglomeration of many people's ideas.
That's right. That's right. And Terry says beautiful. And Melinda says you could do different color diamonds. Yes, you could. You can always do different color diamonds.
Yes.
That is always a possibility, including purple purple diamonds, right, Trey?
Oh,
I don't know in
yes.
the marquee shape.
I
but
don't know either. They are more selective in the colors as to what I can get.
what they decide to cut them
Mhm.
into. Okay, so that was really fun, Trey. And we want to remind folks that we have a phenomenal jeweler at our store that we have worked with him for over 20 years. We do expert jewelry repair, and it is all 100% guaranteed, but you will not need that guarantee because your repair will be done right at the first time. That makes it a little easier you don't have a thing to worry about because he is a perfectionist and he will make it just gorgeous and like brand new again. And Tracy and I, by the way, do public speaking. I don't know if you all realize that, but we can come to your club, charity, church group, or organization, and we speak on a variety of jewelry topics, and they're all informative and entertaining, and we bring door prizes, so that is always that people love to see us coming because of that.
They
Hello.
do.
So we can schedule up to a year in advance. So please call or text us and we will get you right on our schedule. Now, next week, Tracy will be having another custom jewelry design along, and that is Thursday, February 16th, starting at 7 p.m. And someone will win a sterling necklace valued at least $100. And speaking of that, we have something to give away. All right, drum roll, please. Hope I can read my handwriting since your handwriting was an issue last night. I can, yay! The winner of the $119 rhodolite and sterling silver necklace is Rick Warford. Rick, congratulations! A round of applause for you. All right, as you know, all you need to do is come by the store and pick it up, preferably bringing your little dog Juliet with you and Cindy, so all three of you. And you can come by at your convenience. We want to thank you all for being a part of our show tonight. We had such a good time designing that ring, didn't we, Tracy?
We did. Thank you for all of your input.
Yes,
it was wonderful.
It's so fun to have all that input of all the different tastes and so forth. We love being here with you all in the evenings, both on Wednesday night for our live online fine jewelry sale and Thursday nights for our custom jewelry design along. Thank you for the camaraderie that we get to have with you, and Tracy and I get to hang out with each other too. It's really fun. Thank you for supporting our small business and other small businesses. We truly appreciate you.
We do.
So thank you, Trey. Until we see you again, stay sparkly. Good night.
Bye.